Oh man, you know, AB, African Bambaataa, almost broke even. Adrien Broner said Keith Thurman was gambling days before his Pacquiao fight, and he said Keith Thurman got his ass cooked. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. Now, Adrien Broner, he was in attendance for Pacquiao Thurman, and it looked like he enjoyed himself. And what he enjoyed more probably than the fight was a little bit of revenge. And here's why. Keith Thurman, in the build-up to the Pacquiao fight, he constantly mentioned Broner's name, and he used Broner as almost a stepping stone as far as to separate himself, Keith Thurman, from Broner's performance versus Pacquiao. He constantly berated Pacquiao, said, oh, everyone's saying he's so fast, and you better not duck me, son. They say he's so fast, but he got T-Rex arms and do-do-do-do, 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 you know. And he was, he's just kind of mocking and then saying how he's going to retire Pacquiao, this, that, and the third. Well, we know that didn't happen. But, in this diatribe, he was constantly talking about, Keith Thurman was talking about how Broner came up short versus Pacquiao just earlier this year in January. So, it looked like from looking at the interviews and stuff, Broner was enjoying the camera time and enjoying the fact that Keith Thurman lost. He said he got his ass cooked. He lost. It was, basically it sounded like it shouldn't have been a split decision, and he knew he was going to lose. And he has a lot of people. He kind of sounded like he was saying Keith Thurman had a lot of yes men around him. He had 8-9 people around him, and he was gambling up late, days before a major fight. And he's like, that. What type of shit is that, basically? So it is what it is. One thing I will say, Adrien Broner, he actually, I don't know. It's kind of hard to compare the two fights because one, Pacquiao said he was sick. I was at that fight too. I covered that earlier this year. Pacquiao said he had the flu, so it's hard for that reason. But beyond that, is Adrien Broner, he did, to me, kind of got a little bit gun shy towards the set. He actually started off pretty sharp, but when he got hurt, 8, 9, somewhere around there, he got a bit gun shy versus Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman did show a lot of heart, and he was trying to get into a rhythm and a game plan. So I do think Keith Thurman probably took more risks in the fight versus Broner. He didn't have a scratch on his face, but at the same time, he didn't go for broke, so to speak, in my opinion. Like he got to a point where he felt the power, and he was content going the distance and saying I ain't got a mark on me, and ending it like that. But I do think Keith Thurman took some risks. He got dropped. Broner didn't get dropped. Broner did knock down Sean Porter, something Kell Brook, Keith Thurman, and Danny Garcia and these other guys that fought Sean Porter didn't do. So, Broner's kind of an enigma if you think about it, because he shows like these shades of greatness, but then you don't know what to expect also. Like how is it that Broner dropped Sean Porter with a single shot, but Kell Brook didn't? Keith Thurman didn't. All the power Keith Thurman has, undefeated at the time. Danny Garcia didn't. We know he has a lot of power, and Broner's the one that actually did it. How is it that Pacquiao fought Broner, and Broner, his face wasn't all marked up like Keith Thurman's face was marked up? So it's like Broner's an anomaly, like not, that's not the right word, more like a mystery, enigma or something, because he shows you these like little flashes of like being really gifted, but then he also shows you some like lack of discipline and different things like that. So that was Broner's statement. It looked like he was kind of laughing at the fact that Keith Thurman lost, but it was a good fight. I think it was good for the network. I can't wait to see what the numbers are when it come back. It was a sold-out crowd. I have had a great time. I'm still in Las Vegas. I decided to extend my stay an extra day, but I have fun out here in Vegas, and we'll see. Pacquiao said he's not fighting for the rest of the year, and previously Keith Thurman said he ain't fighting no more this year. So at least we had that fight to help shape the welterweight division, get rid of one of those WBA belts, unless they try to, you know, give somebody else the WBA regular belt or some bullshit. But all in all, it was a very good fight. It was a fight that needed to happen. Keith Thurman did some things right. You know, some people even said that I was being hard on Keith Thurman. Listen, ain't no being hard on a champion. He's an undefeated champion, and he talked a good game before the fight. I'm not being hard on him. I'm telling you what I see and what I feel, and that's what I hope to bring the game and continue to bring the game. You know, I'm not here to sugarcoat it and make it look like something I didn't see to appease anybody. So maybe this isn't the right channel for somebody, but I wasn't being hard on Keith Thurman. I'm simply saying there's things he, you know, especially with the amount of energy he put into the theatrics before the fight, people wanted to see him pull the trigger. He was in against a 40-year-old Pacquiao who's been knocked out before. You know, he was saying this and that and third about the T-Rex arms, and he came up short. However, it wasn't all bad. Like, again, Keith Thurman, he showed grit, he showed heart. He was trying to get some stuff done. And, you know, to a degree, he had some spots, like especially second half when Pacquiao started to slow up. He really had some good moments. And I know he hurt Pacquiao, but Pacquiao, veteran, poker face, knows how to survive those moments unless you knock him out, you know, flush completely. But Thurman, he did some good stuff. He also, some people aren't pointing this out, but he landed the highest percentage of power punches on any of Pacquiao's opponents, I think, in like 42 fights that the CompuBox, you know, since Pacquiao came to America, basically, and started, basically since CompuBox started tallying up Pacquiao fights. So basically since Pacquiao's been a name, you know, so Keith Thurman, he did land more power punches than previous Pacquiao opponents, but you see what happens when you do that. You know, you see the marks on Keith Thurman's face and stuff like that. So kind of a weird game plan from Keith. Broner says he got cooked. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comment section. We working. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.